Hello everybody, it is me, Darcy, and him, Kris.
Yes.
Welcome back to the Unnamed Podcast. Podcast always around for man doing stuff.
Yeah.
Mainly talking
It all
rubbish.
checks out.
Yes. Crazy how that works, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah, so welcome back to the channel. What's going on, Kris? What stuff's happening?
What stuff's happening?
What stuff's happening?
Well, with the channel or just in general?
With the channel.
With the channel.
We could talk about it in general, but we should probably talk about it with the channel.
With the channel, it makes sense. I'm assuming the Patreon hasn't gone any further.
No, but again, that's we're at a point where I'm moving forwards with that. Something we've got to do today is about that and the whole YouTube channel thing. So that is, it's probably the thing that is the least important on my mind at this point in time, because the most important thing on my mind at this point in time is getting enough videos in the bank for
what we're going.
the period of time where we are gone.
Yes.
Which is only 4 videos, but like considering that,
Still going to get them loaded up and
like that's not even the
set
hard part.
True.
All that would take 5 seconds. However, we've got to film those. We've got to film those videos. We've also got to film the videos for the weeks in between. So it's like, because that's about 8 videos away, not including podcasts.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
like us being back.
Wait, is it 8 videos?
Yes. 8 videos from now until the day we're back.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
That's not including
yeah.
podcasts. So it's like, I've pretty much the way I'm thinking this through is like, hopefully I want to have some ready to go when we get back.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense.
But worst case scenario, we get back, we're both on holidays for another couple of days. Well, I'm on holidays for at least another couple of days.
I'm on for another week and a half.
Exactly.
I think,
So, like, worst case scenario, I spend 3 days editing videos non-stop and get probably 3 weeks ahead again. But
yeah.
it's all going.
It's in the works.
That's kind of like my biggest worry right now is like just making sure we've got the videos.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. We should be able to get
Because
that.
like literally the Friday that before we leave, I'll just be like boop, 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 and then be done.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then then we'll do the podcast while we're away, which means I've got to get your side of things set up so that we have a laptop, because surprisingly my setup is very what's the term?
Audible?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yes.
Yeah, that's
Though technically speaking, because we're driving there, which is a fucking lifesaver,
true.
we could take
we
everything
could.
I have, but I don't like that idea.
I wouldn't like that idea either.
If you've never moved a computer, it's a bit of a scary pain in the butt. Especially considering like you've got 2 options. 1, pack it so full of stuff that nothing can move.
True.
Or 2, take everything out of it and then reassemble when you arrive there.
Yeah, both of them are pain.
Both of them are pain.
Yeah.
So instead we're going to rely on the massive power that is Kris's gaming laptop to run the podcast, because that's about the only thing that we'll need to do there.
Yes.
But that does mean that I have to spend a little bit of time, probably this Sunday,
setting up.
well, at least making sure that you've got the stuff that we need on there.
True.
Editing software
And that gets me ready for
and the stuff.
when I start.
Yeah. But that's all. Like, technically speaking, when we arrive there, it'll be like 3-4 days before we need to film the podcast.
True.
So it's like,
because we'll get there Sunday.
and because we will be on a mountain,
True.
it's not really like we'll have a whole lot of nighttime activities to do.
No.
Daytime is going to be fucked. So like, there will be no fucking editing done during the day, and then nighttime will be
Yeah. Just...
well, sort of fucked, but
yeah, well,
we'll
we
probably
still got, like, card games and all that sort of stuff.
We'll probably do it exactly the same way we do it now, which is film it and then put it out. Another thing we could try, I don't really want to though, because it would be taking time out of one of the last days we're there, would be to do it live.
Yeah.
One, me and Kris aren't that on point to be able to do one live just yet.
No.
Like, I get distracted all the fucking time, hence why if you've watched any of the videos, even when it's just me talking to the camera, there are cuts, because like I'll be saying something and then I'll just stop and stare at the camera for like 20 minutes and then I'll be like, fuck, what was I saying?
He's not wrong.
So we're
It's
not
either that
yet,
happens or I zone out.
like, if we're being totally honest, like, we could definitely do a live podcast,
Yeah.
but
We'll have the extra person there to bounce things off of anyway. So
one, it's not really what we want to do, and two, it'll probably be the shortest podcast we've yet done, just because we will literally start filming, we'll probably have a beer or two, and then we'll be done, and then we'll go back to doing what we've been doing for the rest of the time. But that's look forward to a totally different thing. There will be no Nerf guns in the background or my shit.
No.
Maybe a nice open fire.
Oh, that'd be nice.
I don't know where we'll set up, but we'll find a place to set up.
Well, yeah, of course.
And then, Thursday night, do some fucking, hopefully a very little amount of editing.
Hopefully, yeah.
Just the bare minimum. And then, put it up and away we go. And just probably, even the thumbnail will be a bit different than it usually is.
Yes, that would be.
Because I'll just fucking... Either that or I'll just make the thumbnail before we go. And just...
Yeah, no, we definitely could.
It's a 50-50 on what I do there.
Yeah. No, we've also got to wait to see if some stupid stuff happens. We've got something else to talk about on the podcast.
Yeah, there'll be interesting stuff to talk about. Kris will probably be in a cast.
Hey, look, maybe we'll see.
So that's something to look forward to. In terms of videos, what came out this week? On Monday I put out Jackbox. Some Jackbox came out.
Yes, Jackbox.
That was an interesting day. Kris was absolutely destroyed by me.
Not good at Jackbox games.
There was one of my favorite things is there's a book thing, right? And I got I think I got 9 out of the 11 books right.
Oh yeah.
It's like which of these books are more than have more than 1,000 pages or something.
Oh yeah.
And I'm sitting there contemplating, doing all the stuff. I'm like, technically this one counts if you take it in this form. This one, I'm not sure. And I get down and it's I'm going through the calculator. I think I got 9 of 11, and you got all 11, and you just go, I totally guessed that. I'm just no one thought you got that because you're a fucking reader.
No.
And that just keeps popping up.
I believe there would have been 1 or 2 in there that I actually didn't guess.
But we're just everyone's kind of sitting there pissing themselves laughing because I'm just no one thought that you got that because you're fucking read books, and you just and then that comes up later on as well.
Which would make
but sense. It also has one of my favorite endings, which is when I realized I accidentally fucked myself over because I was describing exactly what I was drawing.
Yeah.
No, he looks like a fish. I gave him a hat.
You did.
And it's everyone's sitting there. It's just oh fuck me, man. When I was editing that, funny. I was watching it and I'm just you guys are dumb.
No, I'm pretty sure I picked yours.
No, there's literally a point where I'm sitting there and I'm and we're looking at a picture of a hockey fight.
Yes.
And I go, it's Kalisha, and I obviously hadn't looked at what Kalisha's was because it was my picture that was up. I just went, it's Kalisha. Everyone clicked on Kalisha. Her picture that was her sample drawing was her hockey fight.
Yeah.
And it actually said that, and I'm just and everyone clicks on it. I'm just oh, fucking hell. I'm great.
Yeah.
And then I got really annoyed because
I'm going to have to pay attention to that.
You should go back and watch it. I am furious at the end of it. How did I go second? I was the best detective and the best girl.
I do remember that one. I got
pretty funny. Fucking furious. I also got furious about the whole double clown thing, but that's just me.
Double clown thing?
Yeah, I was a clown in both those games.
Oh, yeah, you
and I hate clowns. I fucking hate them with a passion.
You scared of them too?
I actually am. I really don't like them.
Okay, fair.
And back when I was a child, my parents used to have this fucking clown on a swing that hung above my bed, and that was great.
That makes sense.
You can't trust a person who has a smile painted on their face, Kris. It's fucking
fair. As seen in any version of Batman with the Joker,
or the well-known horror movie It.
Oh yeah,
or
but that's not really
It.
painted on his face, now is it? It's a whole different thing behind that one.
He spends most of his time dressed as a clown. Pennywise the clown.
Well, yes, but isn't it a creature that's creating something?
Oh no, he is an alien creature, but
yes,
who technically it shows up as your greatest fear, but no, most of the time he's a clown.
Well, yes, he is a clown most.
And if you watch the Tim Curry one, I think he's most of the time a clown.
That's the latest one, isn't it?
No, that's a really old miniseries one.
Oh, the miniseries. Oh, no, I didn't even know that was.
The new ones.
I haven't seen the new ones.
The new ones are Scarsborough.
Okay. Well, I haven't
One
seen
of
the
them.
new ones yet, so
Is it?
it's something I've been meaning to do. But
The new ones sort of stick more to the books. I haven't
Okay.
seen them, nor have I read the books, but from what I understand, they stick more to the books, except for the fact that I'm fairly sure they don't have a giant turtle in them. And I'm fairly sure the It books had a giant turtle in it. But I could be wrong.
might have to read the book as well.
But I don't like clowns.
Don't worry, I'll do the reading for you. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll save me.
It will.
That'll save me.
That'll save you. Hold on.
And what came out today? What came out today was...
I don't know, my power's been off most of the day.
Oh, fuck, let me tell you about that.
Okay. Can't wait for that one.
Cloudberry Part 1 of 2.
That would make sense. That was...
Yeah. As always, me and Kris got carried away, but if you watch the video, I explained it at the end. We got carried away, and we filmed Cloudberry for far too long.
We do that.
And it's one of those ones where it's like I could do what I do with Bunnyman, where I just speed up like a whole bunch of us just fucking around. But considering that most of it is just us chatting, I'm just like, I'm just gonna leave it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Leave the chat.
That's
cut it in half. Put out 2 like half-hour videos. I'm like, that's better.
That's not bad. Yeah.
Especially considering that in one of them it's just me being really mean to Kris about everything. That's Kris.
You say that as if they're going to be shocked.
Yeah, I know. No, are you doing something? I can't remember. I edited it all yesterday. I did a fucking full day of editing yesterday.
Yeah, I assume that's why it was on the background.
Yeah. But yesterday I did like fucking 3 full edited videos. And so I absolutely smashed it out. And
perfect.
But I was just in there going, oh god damn it. But I did manage to find I found some pretty fucking hilarious things. So if you're watching, if you've seen today's video, if you haven't seen today's video, it's the one labeled "I missed the checkpoint."
Oh yeah, that's right. I do remember that.
Yeah, that actually happens multiple times.
Okay.
Yep. I knew I'd missed one checkpoint.
I knew about
but
one. Yes.
Literally, there's a point later on where I missed another couple, and you're like, "What the hell?" Like, I'm sorry, I'm just scared of them. You're like,
I do remember the comment now. Yeah,
because I just could not hit a single checkpoint.
Oh, he was so bad at it.
And
I'll be there ready to go, and then just
like fuck. And one of them was
goes
literally
past
like,
it and then dies.
One of them I just fucking miss it completely, and I'm like, oh no, I just got to turn around and fall to my death. But yeah, that was one thing that happened, and then the other thing that happened was the changing of sizes, and that was terrible.
Oh,
and I'm just watching that, I'm just like, oh god, we are bad.
It sucked.
And I'm like sitting there watching.
I think
it
we were
happen.
starting to get the hang of it, and then it fucking ended.
I was sitting there watching it happen. I'm just like, oh god, please be over soon.
Yep. It was
like
it was brutal.
Oh, yeah, no,
it
sucks.
was brutal.
Those ones were really bad.
But
yeah, so that was a good one.
Yep.
I edited a Subnautica, so there's a second part of Subnautica.
Okay.
The base building continues.
Well, of course, yes.
We get upgraded, and I get a little diving machine that allows me to start playing those terrible alligator fish for fools.
Yes, I do remember.
Yeah, I just kind of sit there in front of their faces until they're like right near me to open up, and they just go, whoop, and then they go, oh, I'm like, ha ha,
fuck it.
Fooled you.
Yeah.
And then speed off and like, ha 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 ha. Yeah, but I get like the whole thing of that Subnautica is pretty much me looking for silver.
Okay.
Which means I have to live near the alligators even longer, and I get eaten a lot. Like, they just bite the shit out of me, and I get so annoyed by them.
Oh, that'll be one to watch.
I was like, you little fucks. Like, right near the end, when I like finally achieve what I'm trying to do, I'm just like sitting there and then get bitten. I just crack at this fucking alligator.
I'm realizing I should actually just watch those to see if it's something I'm even going to play. I have it on the PlayStation. And I assume the Xbox.
Probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's that going on. Other things, obviously me and Kris have a lot of filming to do to get ready for pretty much 2 weeks where we'll be away and can do no filming.
Yes.
Followed by, what else are we going to do? We've also got a special recording that we're going to do probably after we finish this up tonight, which is a little bit... it's for the channel, but it's not really for the channel. It'll also be on the Patreon, pretty much. But kind of, I think I said it last week. You know, putting up like a banner video. You know how they put up the videos. Show what the channel's about. So yeah, so I've kind of got that up, and that so kind of got a plan for that. So me and Kris just have to do a little bit of filming for that after.
Okay. Easy enough.
After we finish recording this, because obviously it's going to be filmed very similar to this.
Yeah.
So that's all good. But other than that, yeah, that's pretty much where we are channel wise. Anything, Kris? Anything to add? Anything to ask? Probably things to ask, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I don't have anything to add. Not yet. Not until I start recording.
Kris goes, channel news.
It's like, ooh, channel. Oh, fuck.
Do I have
anything to ask? Hey, look, I'll be doing something soon.
Eventually.
Oh, yes. Well, soonish, anyway. But as for something to ask, no, not particularly. Not anything that I can...
Yeah, just...
That I think I don't know, or we haven't discussed already.
Yeah, well, as I said, everything kind of just puts along at its own rate, and
pretty much
you just keep going. I will say this is probably the first of hopefully many holidays that we go on that I'll have to actually think about packing shit for recording.
True, yes.
You know, pack the little lights, pack a microphone, well, of course I have the GoPro because
yes,
that's going to be what I do 90% of my recording on, but yeah. You know, hopefully it starts a trend where...
It should be good.
Hopefully I'm not always on holiday with you, but, you know, it'll be nice to be able to... One day it would be nice to actually be able to do a pod. It's actually something I've worried about for a while now.
Okay, yeah.
Is the fact that one day we may have to do a podcast separate.
Yeah, that's
something that I'm like, oh god. That's like my biggest fear, like especially when you're like fucked. And I'm just like sitting there, I'm like, oh, I hope he's not like absolutely munted himself because we still have a podcast to film. And it's like, if he has, then what I have to do is pretty much troubleshoot his side of things so that I can use his terrible camera footage.
Yeah, because that's... Yes. I assume you're talking about times where I just cannot...
When you're munted.
Yes. Yeah. That's not always because I've done something.
It's 90%. 90% of the time it's because you're an idiot.
This is one time.
90% of the time.
I'm just not saying it was only one time.
90% of the time it's because you're an idiot.
It's only when I did the ankle. The other ones are just I woke up like that.
90% of the time it's because you're an idiot. Yeah, so I think that's about it for channel news, really.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything else to add to that. As always, we're going to just keep pumping along, doing our things, you know, making videos, hoping you guys enjoy it, and obviously learning nothing.
We might eventually learn something.
No,
never. Not allowed to?
I refuse to learn.
Well, I have to learn something.
True.
You
have much to learn.
Yes.
My own pad one. Oh well.
Yeah.
Well, with that done, we'll get on to the rubbish talk then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Phasmo's finally done the update that adds everything.
Oh, interesting.
I looked at some of the levels for getting
Oh,
to upgrading
shit.
stuff.
I just realized, I can just thought about that. I'm like,
Yeah.
but I just remembered that the plan was this year to actually get all of that stuff kind of filmed before Halloween. So that means
Still
pretty
got
much
some time.
what's going to happen is we're going to get back from the snow trip and be pretty
Start
much straight
recording
into
Halloween, yep.
getting ready for Halloween.
Yep. Yeah. No, I've just realised that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Winter's great, yo.
So I played a little bit of the Phasmo with the new stuff.
Yeah, how'd they go for you?
Oh shit!
Ooh, that doesn't sound good.
It's just because it's all lower level gear. Because
Right.
everyone gets reset back to 1.
Oh,
But
I don't like that.
So the whole thing was with the new tier thing. They were resetting everyone back to 1, and what they did is you kept your level, but it's sort of like on a plaque on the wall off in the lobby,
Don't like
so that you can see that, hey, you got to this level. Congratulations, but now you're back at 1 because we've got to add the tiers in.
Starting to feel a little bit season passy.
I don't know about season passy.
Battle pass season. So,
Yeah, I'm not sure on that one.
so obviously you haven't been paying attention to a few of the things battle passes, but
No.
things like Diablo when the season pass came out, it reset a bunch of your stats and everything like that, so that you get the benefit of rebuilding to that stat, the privilege to play a game that a lot of people are not happy with again.
Oh, jeez, okay.
Yeah, no. So
Yeah, I didn't know about that. As far as I know, there isn't
I
not
kind
going to
of
be.
don't like that though, because original Phasmo never had any level capping. It was all just about money.
No, there were levels, so you couldn't. You had to level up to unlock things.
No, it didn't.
Oh, the very original one.
Okay, well,
I never played the very original one.
No, I'm talking about as it was when I started. When I started, I could buy everything.
I had to level up to unlock things.
You sure?
Yep.
Because I never had to.
Yeah, I did.
Ooh,
There
I
was
just
just
had to
stuff
get
like
money.
it's like you can get a lot of like the photo camera and a few other things. There were a few things that you get like straight away, but there were things like your head-mounted camera. You definitely had to level up for yours. Sound monitors.
Okay, so you started before me, but when I started, the only
You
thing
didn't have to.
that stopped you from being able to get things was, did you have the money? So a lot of the decisions that were made were, do I spend $60 on a head-mounted camera and
Wasn't aware of
forego 3 or 4 items that I could buy, or do I buy those items so that I have a better ability to?
Okay. Well, like I said, I know
because remember when I started playing with you, like literally the first time I played it was with you,
and I'd already been playing by that point.
and after about 2 games, I had enough money to buy some expensive stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I know they originally.
So
when the game originally came out, you had to unlock the maps. You also had to unlock the gear. They stopped making you have to unlock the maps because when I started, I didn't have to unlock any maps. Then it was the gear, which I know I definitely had to unlock. But now they're going. At least if they got rid of it for a while, when they brought in the new tier of each of the items, so they've each got 3 tiers. They reset everyone back to 1, so you pretty much have to start with the base gear and then work your way up to get the better gear.
See, again, I feel they could have done that a lot better. Let everyone keep their levels, let everyone keep everything they've got, and just do a complete money wipe. And then and then you have to re-earn the money to get. Look, as someone who's
because what they're actually doing, they're not adding a different price for the different tiered gear.
That's even worse.
It's the same.
That's actually the worst. Then I can't.
You pretty much have.
I think they've done it possibly the worst way they could have.
Probably.
Because what they've done is they've gone, oh, now levels have a reason, rah rah rah. But
yeah,
like I really can't agree with. I think that's the worst thing they could have done.
Yeah.
It should have been monetary values differently. That way, even if you had a shit amount of money because you just you you didn't get the ghost. It was a hard one. You didn't get fucking anything. Most of your team wiped. You could still replace some of the gear, but buying it at a worse quality. And
make it cheaper.
The end game for that isn't to just level up and so that you can have all the good stuff, but to actually fill your inventory with the better stuff. Yeah. Monetarily.
It would be
I think that would have been a much smarter way to go forwards, because the way they've done it, it's just kind of like,
it's because I started playing it like.
I feel they've done goofed it. I feel they've really fucked that one up.
Yeah, look, as I said, you are correct. They should have gone down the monetary side and made it more expensive to get the higher tier.
That's kind of been everything that it's been built on. Like, it's always been built on, do you have the money to afford
since you started playing. Because, as I said, when I started, I had to unlock everything.
But that's always been the thing. Like, get the ghost right, because that gets you more money. More money means better gear. Better gear means better chances of getting the stuff. More gear means the fact that you can actually do things like dropping cameras where you actually want them and all of this kind of stuff. And more gear is better. And so to be like, oh, now the gear is tiered, it's like, don't get me wrong, I was kind of looking forward to it when I thought, like, oh, okay, so you'll have tier gear. So it's like, this is the worst one, but it's dirt cheap.
It would. I honestly,
because that annoys me more, because it's like, no. What's stopping you from getting the good stuff is that you haven't played the game enough. Whereas if it's the money thing, it's like you could jump in, and if you had you had a good hunt and had a bit of cash built up, you could actually bring 1 or 2 decent items. Whereas what's stopping you now from having decent items is, you just haven't played the game enough. And I think that's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, and it's like, from what I can gather, because I jumped onto their wiki page to look up levels for some of the stuff. Yeah. I never even made it to some of the levels to get the tier 3 stuff.
Okay, so that's even worse then.
But it was stuff we
now it's really starting to feel season passing, because the whole point of that is play the season pass to unlock the stuff. Keep playing the game. Games shouldn't be a chore. They should be fun.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, it's still a fun game. This one puts a new... Because as I said, I played it a little bit. I played it a bit today when Power came back.
I'm not going to lie to you. I'm probably going to have a lot less fun with this, because we are going to be dealing with shittier equipment.
Oh, yeah.
And dealing with some of the equipment was already shitty.
Don't get me wrong, I do not like the thermometer.
Oh.
Because it's an actual thermometer that you hang on the wall, sort of thing. So those... you don't hang it on the wall in the game. That's my way of describing it to people.
It's an old analog mercury thermometer.
It is, which means it's not like when you go into a room and you read it and say, oh, it's this temperature. Oh, it's this temperature. It's hang on. Let's wait for it to stop. Hold on, still going.
Yeah. No.
So you
as I said, like, I had no issue with them bringing in tiered equipment in the terms of like, oh, you can sacrifice all of your money to get good equipment.
But you could possibly lose.
Losing it becomes a bigger risk.
True.
Or you can be the guy that runs in with the cheapy shit equipment. You've got so much of it, you really don't care if you lose it. But, it's nowhere near as good. But this tier, I hate the idea of this tier. I just cannot get on board with that, because it's just such a fucking fuck you. It really is a fuck you to people who are like, I like to play this game for fun. It's great. It's great if you're someone who only plays, and this is why I hate battle passes as well. They're great, except for the Halo ones. The Halo ones do all right by me. I don't agree with battle passes, because I think they're bad to begin with.
Agreed. I do agree with that.
As someone who's been a gamer from the time where there was no extra stuff in games.
Oh, good times.
To DLC, paid DLC, which was less than good, but
still not bad.
You paid $70 and you got all the DLC that a game was ever going to have.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty decent compared to loot boxes, which was maybe you got some for free, maybe you paid $15 for 10, who knows, but you were let's call it what it was. You were gambling.
Oh yeah, that's why they had to get rid of it.
Exactly. 2 season passes where it's like, hey, pay us, depending on the season pass, upwards of $20 every 3 months.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
It's like, come on, take us. I remember when everyone was complaining, fucking to get the DLC season pass, it's the same price as the game. Or to get the battle pass, which there are 4 of in a year, you're paying more than what you used to pay for the game.
Yeah.
You know, I just fucking sit there and just shake my head, and especially when, you know, the old expensive games used to be like, hey, buy the expensive version of the game that's like $120, and it comes free with the season pass, and you go, oh sweet, okay, so I don't have to worry about dropping anywhere. It's like now it's like, hey, pay $160, comes with enough in-game currency to buy the first battle pass.
That's it.
And then if you finish that, you'll have enough to get them. And I'm just like, you're fucking joking, right?
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Like, so I hate season. Like, I hate battle passes with a passion.
But
if you're gonna do a battle pass, do the Halo battle pass,
where it's
better. Like, okay, you've dropped the cash. This you can have this stuff whenever you get around to it,
which is good.
You know, well,
hopefully
at least then I'm getting what I paid for.
Yeah, hopefully
at the very minimum, like I don't think it's good, but at the very minimum, I'm getting what I paid for. Which is nice. Cause, you know, it's nice that I've dropped, you know, $20 on a battle pass, and, you know, maybe I don't play the game all that often. Maybe I go away for 2 weeks and don't have access to my games. Maybe I go away for 2 weeks and I'm on holiday, so I'm doing stuff that's better than gaming.
True.
But I can come back and I can earn what I've paid for in my time.
It should be perfect.
Not, oh, sorry, mate. Well, actually, Call of Duty does do something that I've learned.
Okay. What is it?
If you miss the battle pass, right?
Yeah.
But you've paid for it.
Yes.
Actually, you may not even have to have paid for it. I can't remember how it worked.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I didn't pay for it. Pretty much when the last battle pass ended, because I jumped on and had a look at the new battle pass.
Okay, yeah.
Rubbish. I really didn't like it.
But
I had the opportunity before looking at the new battle pass to spend money on all the stuff that I didn't unlock in the last battle pass.
That's been done before.
That has been
I can't
done before.
remember what.
I know it's been done before, but I was like, oh, that's nicer than how it used to be, where the battle pass would just disappear and you would lose everything. I'm like, however, not good, because if I had already paid for the battle pass, what you're asking is to pay even more for the stuff that I missed, and that's not. Activision Blizzard really are the worst company in the world.
And to be honest, I doubt they would do it.
I doubt they're using slave labor, mainly because slave labor, you know, you can't really have slave labor in programming because they've got skills.
Yeah.
But, you know, apart from all these companies, in terms of the gaming sphere, okay, not even in terms of the gaming sphere, because I'm 100% sure that, like, Xboxes and PlayStations are all made over in China where they've got, like, sweatshops.
Oh, guaranteed.
In terms of the actual software side of the gaming stuff,
yeah,
Activision Blizzard are the worst. And as I said, I keep hoping against hope that when they are finally owned by Microsoft will slap them a little bit and be like, don't be a dick.
Yeah.
And I say that with a little bit of hope because, as I said, the only battle pass that I really agree with, I don't like, but I agree with, is owned by Microsoft. It's Microsoft's battle pass.
So yeah, hopefully when they get it, they'll just be like, and turn your head this way, look at it, do it.
If they buy the battle pass, let them get the stuff on the battle pass. You don't have to give it to them when the battle pass ends. They still have to play the game to earn it, but they just let them choose to work on a previous battle pass.
Yeah.
Because I'm so sick and tired of all of these battle passes where it's like, hey, spend the money.
Or, like, you get people where they've seen something online and they go, oh, I'll buy the game, so I do like that. And they're like, oh, I want that skin as well. But they can't get it because it was 3 battle passes ago.
There's that, but then there's also me with the only Go skin that I really wanted that was, like, locked under level 20. Yeah, sure, I could have, bought the fucking Black Cell battle pass and unlocked it a lot quicker, but that's $44.
That's extra money that we do
not expect. That's another $20 onto the $20 for the battle pass, right? And I'm just like, I just wanted that one skin. All I wanted. Also, apparently, and I looked, didn't look this up, but I was told this. Blizzard Activision, the owners of Call of Duty, have actually increased the prices of everything in the store. So you know how you know how skin packs and gun the ultimate passes where it's like here's a skin pack and you get a gun and you get some tat with it.
Yeah.
Used to be 2,400.
Yep.
Not anymore. 30.
Ah.
Just $3,000 straight down.
No.
Yeah.
Just stop.
So you know they're becoming even greedier, which is great. As I said, like there is only one light at this tunnel, which is maybe Microsoft will straighten out.
Hopefully.
Is it likely? I don't know because I can't really foresee buying a $60 billion company and then being like, okay, we're going to stop some of your most profitable things.
Which is also some of their most scummy things.
But it's that's my one hope is that Microsoft actually get better rep for not being scummy and make more money not being scummy than if they were being scummy.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So like
it makes enough sense.
Well, basically Microsoft want to sell you consoles.
Yeah.
They're going to sell more consoles if the games for those consoles aren't scummy.
Oh, it's pretty straightforward.
Because if they are scummy, people will go and buy PlayStations.
True.
Or Nintendo.
Yeah.
So if you want to sell consoles and you become a first party to a console, it doesn't pay you to be scummy. It pays you to make good games for that console.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So like as I said, I don't foresee any of the shops disappearing or the battle passes disappearing.
No, I doubt those.
But maybe some of the things will be less scummy. Like we'll see prices come back down into what is reasonable for a bunch of code.
Well, yeah.
And we'll see, you know, battle passes maybe done a little bit fairer and not so predatory,
which would be nice.
But yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I just that's my one piece on that.
Well, so back to it anyway. It does seem like they fixed the EMF though.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Because today I was
Although you wouldn't really know, would you? Because you haven't used a good one.
No, I haven't used a good one, but with the base level, tier 1, it was quite easy to tell that it was.
Oh, okay.
It was happening.
Well, that's the very minimum they could do because we've been waiting on that for how many years now?
Oh, it's been a while.
Phasmo isn't a new game, and that EMF has always been terrible.
Yes. Don't worry, that EMF is still there. It's tier 2.
Yeah. Kind of actually brings us on nicely to my next point, which is that I'm seeing a bunch of shit up for Modern Warfare 3.
Oh, I've seen it
later this year.
No, I'm not. No.
I will.
I won't.
But I will the same reason I bought number 2.
Yeah.
Not because I was in love with Warzone or anything, but because I really like the campaign.
That's fair.
And I really like the multiplayer. I fucking love the multiplayer in Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 1. I think it's some of the best multiplayer Call of Duty's ever had.
Fair. I mean, it is. Yeah, it is.
As long as I get to avoid Warzone, I'm a happy camper in COD.
Yeah, just don't force Warzone onto us. I mean, seriously.
You know, and because I just play because I no longer care about the Battle Pass, I'm no longer playing DMZ. And because I'm no longer playing DMZ, I just play Modern Warfare for fun. It's wonderful. And I just play, you know, 1 or 2 sometimes 3 or 4 multiplayer matches. You earn fuck all points towards the Battle Pass. So when I was buying the Battle Pass, it was really not worth my time to play those because I had to go into DMZ so I could earn enough to actually unlock shit for the Battle Pass. But yeah, when I'm just playing it for fun, I really enjoy the multiplayer. So
it's like
will I get it? Absolutely. Will I be playing DMZ and Warzone 3.0? Yeah, it'll still be Warzone 2.0.
See, when I play like first-person shooters, I very much prefer PvE over PvP. It's not to say that I'm horrible at it. I'm not great, but I'm not horrible.
Well, I think the biggest problem is this, and it is a problem.
Yeah,
is that this? And I know this for a fact. Modern Warfare 3 was supposed to be campaign add-ons for Modern Warfare 2.
Oh,
that there wasn't supposed to be a Call of Duty this year.
That sounds right.
So this was going to be like DLC for the campaign of Modern Warfare 2.
Which would have been nice.
To give another, I think it's a 3-year cycle or 2-year cycle between when they release each of the things. So it's like Modern Warfare, Oh, it was a 3-year cycle.
Yeah.
Modern Warfare, Cold War, Vanguard, Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah.
Then you have the next lot. But because Modern Warfare 2's been so profitable, Modern Warfare 3, which was DLC that was supposed to be coming out because they weren't going to do a Call of Duty this year.
Yeah.
They were going to just go, no, we're going to skip a year, we'll just put out a little bit of story DLC. But that's changed to a full-on game, which means it could actually undo one of the best points of Modern Warfare 2, which was it has a really good story. That could all be undone in Modern Warfare 3 because they took DLC and went, make it a whole fucking story. Make it a whole whole game's worth of campaign. I'm worried about
You kind of just hope there was enough there.
I'm very worried about that. That's
I
my
mean,
biggest thing.
I would be too.
Especially considering that I am a fucking campaign lover.
It's true. That's the main thing.
I go back.
Main thing I did on any Call of Duty was the campaign.
Yep.
And in the original Modern Warfare 2, absolutely love the special ops.
Yep.
They were great.
Let me put it this way.
those.
I have bought all of the Call of Duties since original Modern Warfare 1.
Yes.
Okay, Modern Warfare 1 original, great campaign. You know the game that came out after that?
Was it number 2?
No.
Or was it Black Ops?
I actually
don't know.
think it was World at War.
Oh. Okay, yeah.
Phenomenal campaign.
Oh, that was
absolutely one of the best campaigns ever. If you haven't played it, go fucking play it. Do yourself a favour.
It was good. It was a great one.
Then I think it was Modern Warfare 2. I think. I can't be entirely sure, but I'm fairly sure it was.
I only played them because my brother had them, and I just borrowed them.
Then it was Black Ops. Then it was Modern Warfare 3, the weakest of the original Modern Warfares, but still good fun in the campaign.
Yeah.
Tied up some loose ends, that was good. Then it was Black Ops 2.
Yeah.
And so forth and so on.
Yes.
And then we kept going forwards. So I played Infinite Warfare. I played Advanced Warfare. Yep. These were... Infinite Warfare, to be fair, doesn't have a terrible campaign. It's like not the best, but you know, it's got some pretty fun elements in it, which I was like, yeah, I'm okay with this.
Yep.
Advanced Warfare was really bad. Like, it's...
Yeah, I did hear that.
Everything about it was bad. Ghosts was bad, but even the campaign was a little bit fun. It made no sense. Like, they fucked up so much stuff in that campaign. Like the fact you shoot a guy straight through the chest with a fucking revolver so much that it injures your brother who's behind him.
Okay.
And wearing a plate. Yeah. Like that's how shot that guy is. And you know, after there's a train crash.
Yeah.
And then you and your brother, who's been shot by you.
Yeah.
With the same bullet that went through this other guy.
Yeah.
He's lying there pretty much passed out. You're almost wrecked from the fucking train crash. And then the dude you shot just walks up, picks you up and drags you away. And it's like, excuse me, he's the one who should be the worst from... If we're like this, him from the same bullet is that, and me just from the crash is this guy should not be able to walk around and drag me. So they fucked up massively there. Yeah. They fucked up so much stuff trying to set up a sequel that it was just stupid. And that really did some disservices to it, but, you know, I still played it. Yeah. World War II, that was a terrible game. The campaign was okay. They kind of brought it back to the point, like, to some of the older ones where you had to use health packs and stuff like that.
I do remember that, yeah.
The campaign was kind of super generic and shit, but it was still kind of fun. It's always fun to go back and World War II it up.
Yeah.
Cold War had a decent campaign.
No.
Black Ops 4 didn't have a campaign, so you can guess how much of that I played. Fuck all.
Yeah, that's fair.
Absolutely fuck all. I own it. I played fuck all of it because it was terrible.
Yeah. And I think it's what stopped a lot of people playing it as well.
Yeah. Oh no, because that was the first one with a battle royale in it.
Okay.
Because we spent so much time, and it was a good battle royale, but it was just.
Oh wait, I do remember playing
the problem I think that Call of Duty has never understood is that what keeps their games relevant is the campaign. Because when the next one comes out, all the people who are only playing multiplayer move on to the next one.
Yeah.
but you'll go back and you'll say, oh, remember the campaign? Why do people go back and play Black Ops 1 now? Because this campaign was tasty.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
So anyway, but yeah, so we went to that. No campaign.
Yep.
Then we went Infinite Warfare, which people really don't like the forward jumping Call of Duties. Which is understandable, because people also really hate the backwards jumping ones now, because you can't have a Call of Duty where you don't have 50 million attachments for a gun.
True, yeah.
And people are, I know I am at least, I really hate it when they're like, yeah, here's your fucking World War II gun with your 4 times magnification scope. So, excuse, what?
What? No.
Give us like the good attachments like they used to have, like the fucking bayonet and the fucking shitty scope. And the fucking rifle-mounted grenade. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just don't like the fact that they keep trying to bring all this stuff from the Modern Warfare games into the older games.
No, they
and
really
Vanguard was really the worst of that, and and a lot of people hated Vanguard. Well, although Vanguard had other problems.
Poor choices.
No, Vanguard was also one of the wokest Call of Duties ever.
Oh.
So instead of being the Allies and the Nazis,
Yes.
it was my team and the enemy team.
Okay. So just get rid of what that actually was.
Yeah. Let's just ignore it. I don't agree with that. If you're gonna make a World War II video game, at least have the balls to call the bad guys the Nazis.
Yeah.
Something else I've really started to hate is the operator skins in Call of Duty.
Yeah, they're not great.
Don't get me wrong, I love being able to run around as Ghost.
Yeah.
However, when this team has, I'll say this is a little bit my own fault because I only play hardcore.
Yes.
So I can kill my own teammates. But when this guy has a skin that is green with a helmet and goggles on and a full face cover, and then a guy on the opposite team has the same green pattern with goggles on, a helmet and a face cover, it's really hard to tell if I should shoot that guy or if he's my teammate.
Yeah. And generally, because you're playing hardcore, you shoot because it's possibly the enemy.
Yeah, so I kill a lot of my own teammates just from being like, I can't, from a glance I can't tell. The other problem is that sometimes people spawn in the wrong operator. So they'll be on this team and have their operator skin from when they're on your team. So they come running in and shoot you, and you're like, but you're on my team. And then you go, oh no, they've got in the kill cam, they pop up, well, it's not a kill cam, but in the thing, it like pops up on the side saying, you were killed by this person, and it's red writing. You go, wait, they're not on my team? Then why were they using this operator skin that's on my team? I really hate that.
Have we jumped games here?
This is Modern Warfare 2.
That was Modern Warfare 2? Okay.
Yeah. I've been killed by people who look like Gus. No, mustache guy.
Yeah.
Well, I've been playing Ghost, and we've been on the good guy team. And they just look like Gus because their skin hasn't loaded in properly.
I didn't even know there was a mode where you had like certain skins.
Yeah. If you play multiplayer, you're playing in your skin.
Oh, I know you're playing in your skin. But I didn't know you were restricted based on what team you're on.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. So I knew they did it on Rainbow Six.
No. If you are playing multiplayer, you have good team and their operators, bad team and their operators.
Yeah,
but sometimes the bad team might come in with a good team operator skin on. Yeah. I don't know why. Sometimes you might have a bad team operator skin on and you're on the good team. I've literally played a game, and obviously I use Ghost because he's my boy.
Yes.
But I was on the good team. I should have had Ghost, and I came in as my bad team skin. Well, and I'm like looking at it, and I can tell it's the bad team skin because Ghost has skeleton gloves.
Yes.
And I was just wearing standard army gloves, and I went, this is the wrong skin.
Well, see, it's the same thing that was happening on DMZ for a while there.
Mm-hmm.
I'd spawn in, and then everyone would be like, "Mate, Kris, you're not playing as your main character," and you could see it in the loading screen.
Yep.
I'm like, "What do you mean? I'm playing as Soap. What are you talking about?" Like, no, you're not Soap. And then we get in,
and that's
I wouldn't be Soap.
That's fine for DMZ. Like those little bugs, they sort themselves out.
But it's just basically
multiplayer.
saying that's crossing over. Like if it's happening in one, it's got to be happening
in multiplayer. It's really bad because especially in ones where it's like the only way you can tell your team apart is by their looks.
Yeah.
And then, oh wait, we dropped a brand new skin for this operator, and you look at it and it looks like it's almost a carbon copy of a skin for a bad operator, and you're like, it looks cool for DMZ, does not work in multiplayer. Because I'm looking at it going, is that my guy or is that their guy? Oh fuck, I can't take the risk and shoot him in the head. Then your bro goes, hey, why'd you shoot me? And it's like, sorry dude, your skin is just the same as a bad guy's skin. Literally the same.
That's why one of the easiest games to tell whether it's the enemy team or your team is Team Fortress 2.
Mm.
Because if they're red and you're on the blue team, well then you're
Halo.
Yeah, that's true.
If it's a blue Spartan, they ain't your friend.
Yeah. I mean, there are games that do it correctly.
Well, fucking even the original Call of Duties.
Yeah.
You know? Oh, that's not the same camo pattern as me. That's the bad guy.
Yep.
But these operator skins are really getting out of hand, especially considering that a lot of these operator skins are coming in purely for Warzone, because Warzone is free. So let's drop an expensive skin.
True. That makes sense.
Like every time a new character comes out where they're like, it's a new character, and they drop it in, you're like, wait, is that person on my team? Fucking Homelander and all of the boys skins come in.
Oh, yeah.
Right? These are new characters.
I never actually looked at the skins.
I didn't. Oh, they just look like them. But these are new characters, which means in multiplayer they go into one of the camps. If I haven't actually looked at that, I don't know if he's on my team or not. I can probably assume, but I'm sitting there going,
yeah, you would be.
Wait, who the fuck is this skin? Who is he? Is he on my team or not? There have literally been times I've looked at a skin and gone, I don't know if that's... I don't know who that is. I can't tell who that is. I don't know if it's a good guy or a bad guy. I don't even know which character that's supposed to be.
Oh,
I guess I'm shooting.
Yeah, well, that's
that's terrible. But yeah, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. That's not far away, and we can.
I did see it pop up a couple of times, and I'm like, oh no, not already. Hasn't even been that long since we got 2.
Yeah, well, that's going to be the biggest kick in the teeth, isn't it? Because fucking 2's going to become, that's probably why all the prices are going up, because got to make a little bit more money off 2 before it becomes irrelevant.
It's true, but didn't they open up all the servers for the old Call of Duty games as well?
Yes.
So wouldn't they keep this going? If it keeps with that thing?
No, it doesn't really matter. Warzone's always had swap over.
Oh yeah, I mean, but the only advantage is if we hated DMZ because of the way, the PvP option side of it, because that was the worst part of it, or one of the worst parts of it. Yeah. A lot of them would probably go to 3.
Possibly.
Which means DMZ might become a bit better because you don't have to deal
Probably not, because DMZ was part of the free stuff.
True.
So it'll just be one map.
Okay, yeah. No, fair.
It's not going to fix the problem.
No, okay, fair.
So let's stay on Blizzard. Play an Overwatch.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
2. The story missions. Have you heard about the story missions, Kris? You've been doing much with the story missions?
No. Last I heard about it, I was like, and I'm done with it.
So a new one comes out with every season pass.
Oh, I hate it.
You can only buy it for $15.
Okay.
Per story mission. Story mission.
Eventually that becomes more than a standard game, and you probably haven't got as much as a standard game.
And it comes with 1,000 free points, so you can buy the battle pass. I mean, it's like, you can buy the battle pass anyway. Okay, so don't worry about it. You buy the story mission, you buy the battle pass.
Please, no. That's ridiculous.
I don't know the details on this. I don't know if any news has come out, but from last I heard, $15 for every single story mission.
$15. That's $60 a year.
Yep. They haven't guaranteed that when the season is over, you'll be able to continue playing that story mission.
That's even worse.
I haven't heard anything saying they have, and a few people be a little bit worried, being like, "Are we in a Destiny situation when we can't keep all of this running, so we're shutting down these story missions that you've paid for?" because, I was annoyed when Destiny did that. I was annoyed when Destiny was like, we're removing parts of the game that you've already paid for to make our new parts of the game work. And
Technically,
the fuck you talking
they
about?
got rid of parts of the game that a chunk of people didn't pay for.
You mean this first part of the game?
Pretty much.
Yeah, I know, but
because
for those
the thing
of you
is,
who did pay
who
for
did
it,
like us, like we paid for it, so we got stuck with the hey, you can't play the stuff you paid for.
Hey,
but they don't need to be looking at it. It's like, hey, it's a free game. What do you want about? Why do you care? It's like it's because I paid for it.
It's because they're literally removing content from a game.
Yeah.
For no concernable reason. I could never understand it when Destiny did it, and it seems like the thing that Blizzard Activision would do. All season's over. You can't play this story anymore.
That's ridiculous.
I look forward to that, Kris. You're gonna get on it. Gonna pay $15 to play what?
More than likely not.
What I can only assume adds up to an event.
And that's the biggest issue of it. It's an event, so eventually you're paying more than a game. And then if they do go down the track of not actually allowing you to play it after, you've paid for more than the game is worth.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got
hey. It's a free game, Kris. It's a free game. I don't know what you complain about. It's a free game. You know what that tells me? The first time you buy a story mission, you've already paid more than the game is worth.
It's true.
Because it's a fucking free game.
It is.
The only value that game has is the fact that people liked Overwatch 1. Overwatch 2 is the biggest fucking scam I think I've ever heard of. Because, the only thing that made Overwatch 2 even credible was the fact that they were going to have a full-on heroes mode where you could level up heroes and do all this and do all that.
Which would have been good.
Stuff that people were actually excited for, and then they just went, no. But hey, we're going to give you some events you can pay for. And but the thing is, people knew that they were going to have to pay for the hero mode, and it was probably going to cost the cost of a full game. They didn't care because they went, this is
interesting.
This is new. This is something good. This is what Overwatch 1 was missing. Instead, they got Overwatch 1 Lite. They literally got a downgrade from Overwatch 1.
It is true, because guess what? You can't even play Overwatch 1 again.
You can't play Overwatch 1.
Because it forces the update for Overwatch 2. So every time you open Overwatch 1, you start playing Overwatch 2.
It's also like this. In Overwatch 1, you could unlock skins.
It is true.
You didn't have to buy a battle pass to get skins.
Depends on the skin, but yes. Some of them required the loot box, and then they had to then go down the track of the loot pass because they got rid of loot boxes.
Yes, but when they were the loot boxes, you could actually earn those loot boxes with gameplay.
You could earn them with gameplay.
You could get the skins for playing the game.
Yes.
As opposed
Which
to
is
now,
one thing I liked about
where you can get the skins for playing the game, provided you give us money.
Yes.
So, it's
actually with some of them, because some of the skins are still free.
Or some of them.
A couple. You know what my opinion on that is?
Go.
The ones that are free are better than the ones you've got to pay for.
Some of them are.
Some of them are. But some of the ones, especially the last season that I played, I hated all the ones you had to pay for.
Fair enough.
Hated every last one.
The point that I'm trying to make is that if you were a fan of Overwatch 1 and when they cancelled the whole reason Overwatch 2 was happening,
it's true.
What you were
Overwatch 2 was also about the campaign as well.
Well, that's all it was about.
It was about the campaign.
Yeah. That was all it was about. As I've said to you a million times, if they just wanted to add new heroes, which is pretty much what Overwatch 2 has done,
yes, that is
they
true.
could have just done what they'd done in the past and added new heroes and updates.
Yeah.
So, if you were a fan of Overwatch 1 and you paid for Overwatch 1, it's a damn good thing they didn't make you pay for Overwatch 2 because you would literally be paying for a downgrade in every sense of the word.
Yeah.
The only thing that made Overwatch 2 worth a goddamn, and they cancelled it.
Oh, and they got rid of a couple of the good maps as well.
There you go. They got rid of a couple of the good maps
Because
as well.
there was a few maps, and I didn't realise it straight away, but someone mentioned it's like, oh yeah, they're bringing back one of the maps for this season to do.
That's just what they do.
I'm like, wait, they got rid of it? And then as soon as I got into the map and started playing, I'm like, oh, this was a good map. What?
It's very clever of them because that way there's a little bit of nostalgia. It's what Halo Infinite does, right?
Yeah.
Whether you're like me and like Halo Infinite and just don't, because I buy the battle pass and I can work on them whenever, I don't care about them. They're not something I'm uber focused on. I'm just focused on playing the game.
Yeah. It's always good.
I like it. If you're someone else, there's a few YouTubers I follow who really dislike Halo Infinite. Well, okay, that's for you. But what Halo Infinite does do is that every season there's a new map release, and a lot of these map releases are pretty much remakes of older maps. I'm fairly sure one that came out recently was Treetops. Remember the Treetops match?
Oh, vaguely.
I call it Treetops. I'm pretty sure it was
Cool
called Guardian. I'm pretty sure it was called Guardian. 1v1 me and Guardian, bro. Where it was like in the top of the trees and there was like a few little temple things and the middle was like a big tree trunk. I'm fairly sure.
I don't think I've ever played that one.
Right, okay. But like that's something that Halo Infinite's been doing. It's been releasing maps that are almost the old maps. Like almost.
Yeah. Okay.
Not quite because they've added a few new bits and bobs to work with the new mechanics, but they're almost the old maps. So you jump into it and all of a sudden it's your muscle memory from the old games. You're going, oh crap, I know this corner here, so I'm gonna, oh hang on, this is a new map that has new mechanics, so I'm gonna pop up over the top of this and I like it.
That is
I can understand that a lot of people don't like it because of things like, one of the things that a lot of people say is wrong with Halo Infinite is something that I really don't care about.
Okay, and what's that?
You can't choose your armor color. You get given armor samples that you run through like a whole bunch of paint, which you have to unlock in the battle pass or buy in the store. So, they've kind of... There's also free ones that are just like the plain colors. Like, like yellow. I'll show you afterwards, but
it is a first-person shooter, though.
Yeah, but people like to see themselves. Because you see yourself a few times, and people like to be able to paint there. But the whole point is they remove the ability to paint you, to have your suit the color you wanted it.
Yeah.
And instead added these little chip things, which give you a preset color.
Yeah.
And then most of them are either unlockable via battle pass or bought in the store.
Yeah.
Now, I can understand why people don't like that, but for me, that's not a big enough issue for me to even give a fuck about. Like, I just
definitely not for me.
I just can't give a fuck
about
it.
I look at it, it's like, definitely if you can design the characters, like choose different helmets, whatever, it's like, seeing that in a cutscene,
there's also an issue with that where it's like different parts of the armor have to go on different cores, and I know people also dislike that. So you unlock a piece of armor you really like, but it's only for like a helmet you really like, but it only works on this core, so you can't have it mixed and matched the way you would like it. Again, I don't really care about that because I think I don't like a lot of the cores and I don't like a lot of the armor pieces, but again, I'll show you all this later because it's kind of it is a big issue for people who are kind of like that, but I've never seen it as an issue.
See, I wouldn't care about it as the issue. It's like, I like seeing my character if I created the character in a cutscene, but I wouldn't care too much about the color.
Yeah. So, but yeah, as my point is that they release new maps every now and like new maps based on old ones to give you a nostalgia boost.
Yeah.
And Overwatch doing that is no surprise because giving people's nostalgia a boost is a great way to to pretty much silence a bit of negativity. Because all of a sudden it's not like, oh, these guys suck. It's, oh, I remember this map. I love this map. I'm going to play this map.
True. But as I said, I think it's only ever been for like, they're bringing it in for this season and then it's gone again.
I don't think Halo's done that.
Yeah, I think that's how they've done it. Don't get me wrong, I haven't played enough of it to notice.
Yeah. But anyway, to kind of finish off my point on Halo and the armor cores thing, it's like, for me, that's like the lowest level it has to clear. Like, that's like the cherry on top of the cake.
Yeah.
When it actually feels like you're playing Halo again, and the guns are good, and the gunplay's good, and the actual running around is good.
That's what you want.
It feels like a modern version of Halo. I put that way above.
Oh, of course.
Armor colors and armor cores and shit like that because I'm just like, oh my god, I don't get to look exactly how I like. That's a little bit upsetting, but oh my god, it feels like I'm playing Halo again. Yeah. That's a big win in my book, especially after the Halos we had. Like, fucking Halo 5. Don't even get me started on Halo 5 with its loot boxes and like all of the armor looking like fucking shit.
Yeah, that sucks.
Like, all of the armor looked bad in Halo 5. And you're sitting there going, oh, please just give me... You're like, oh, you get a loot box, you open up and you get a helmet that looks like a fucking cancerous tumour.
Yep.
You go, oh, yay!
Woo.
I think I'll just keep the standard armor.
It looks better.
But hey, I can make it any colour I want. So I don't agree with like all of the hubbub about, you can't even choose your armor colour. Dude...
I think the only like
it's not an issue. It's
one of
okay,
the negatives I've heard
it's a
about.
negative, but fuck me, it could be worse. You could be wearing the goblin armor.
So only one of the negatives I heard was, well, they had the campaign, and initially they were talking about making it so that you could
Couch co-op
again.
Yep, that's
and
okay.
then they dropped that out.
That is a big negative. That is an absolute big negative. But I can't say.
Well, not even just couch co-op, but like even online co-op was another thing.
There is online co-op in it.
For the campaign?
It
so
is
they
co-op.
did eventually add it?
It is
okay,
co-op.
fair enough.
I've seen people playing it co-op.
Okay,
so
fair enough.
That, I get that. Couch co-op isn't a thing. I get that
Yes.
being an issue. It wasn't in Halo 5 Guardians. Now, the big reason it's an issue is because they said they would put it in. But it became a fucking half promise, a half thing, throw it out the bin. Okay, be mad at the company for that, but don't criticize
The game itself.
the game for not having a thing that the company didn't put into it.
Yeah.
That hasn't been in the game previous, you know?
True.
Halo Infinite is an actual step in the right direction for the company, and I fully agree. The company have done some really shitty things.
Yeah.
That doesn't sour the game.
No.
The fact that the fact that
it doesn't change the gameplay.
The fact that we've got Halo Infinite when our last Halo was Halo 5 Guardians, you know.
True.
You got to play as the Chief for 2 fucking levels.
Woo!
Yeah.
That one's a rough one.
We should be fucking really, really, you know, we should be thankful for that we've got a change in direction. Yes, we're not back to the perfect ways yet, but at least we're not going further and further into, holy crap. Like, Halo Infinite, playing it, I can look at the errors and go, oh, it shouldn't be like this, it shouldn't be like... But, and I know I'm being hypocritical here because I say you should never be happy, but the fact that we're not... Halo Infinite made me care about Halo again. Halo 5 Guardians, I finished the campaign, put down, and I played probably a month worth of multiplayer before literally being like, I'm done. And not picking it up again.
Yeah,
I keep going back to Halo
cool.
Infinite. I keep going back to it. And it's like, the reason is, it feels like fucking Halo.
Yes.
It's the first time under 343 that it feels like Halo. Like, okay, Master Chief Collection feels like Halo. Yeah, but they've just taken the Bungie games and made them look nicer. So, let's not get any crazy about, but Halo Master Chief Collection feels like Halo. Of course it does. It's actually the Halo games. But Halo Infinite is the first time under 343 that they have actually put together a Halo game that feels like a Halo game. That looks like a Halo game. It has its issues, obviously. I think every AAA game currently has massive issues. Because we care more about money than putting out a good game. However, we had an option. Halo 6, which is what Halo Infinite is, could have been more of the same of Halo 5 and Halo 4, which were games that we played for a little bit and then dropped. Or it could go back to being more like Halo 1, 2, and 3, which Halo 3 was being played until they shut down the servers. Which was only either earlier this year or back in 2022. I can't remember. Jeez. But people were still playing Halo 3.
Last year.
Yeah, from what I can't remember. Yeah. I remember just reading that the servers had finally been shut down and there were still people playing it. People playing it till the second the servers were shut down. And that is a game that is, as I said, it's well over 10 years old now.
Yeah.
Where the fuck's our anniversary edition? But they were still playing that. No one was still playing Guardians. Actually, okay, there definitely were people still playing Guardians, but
true. But nowhere near the
10 years after Guardians come out, no one was going to be playing that because it wasn't that good.
Nope.
It was shit. It looked like shit. It played like shit.
Like, if anyone was going to, it would have just been because it had the Halo name to it.
Exactly.
But that would have been the only
So,
reason.
you know, as far as I'm concerned, we're not back to Halo being on form.
No.
However, if your biggest problem is the fact that you can't choose what color you are in multiplayer, you need to have a reprioritize.
Yes.
You need to think where we were with Halo 5 and how many people were ready to call Halo dead after that. And the fact that Infinite came out and actually managed to, you know, give us a spark of hope. You know, Infinite is the turning point. We can start heading back in the right direction, or we can continue heading in the wrong direction. But Infinite has shown that the right direction isn't the people making Halo now haven't completely lost the plot. You know, they still have enough about Halo to go, oh yeah, we could. So there's still a chance for Halo to come back.
Which would be good.
When Guardians came out, that didn't look possible. It did not look possible that we could get Halo back to where it was. So, you know, it's a step in the right direction. We shouldn't be praising them for their step in the right direction.
No.
But you shouldn't be fucking destroying the game because of silly little things like I can't choose what color my armor is. You couldn't choose what color your armor was in Halo 5 either. I think. No. I'm fairly sure you could. Well, you could.
Let's face it. There's a lot of games where you can't choose.
You could choose preset colors that they gave you. And you could be like,
Pretty
I want
standard.
this green, and then it would just put green on all of the armor. So, you know, I think that in terms of, you know, where we are, we're in a lot better. Even with all the shitty choices they've made, we're a lot better than where we were with Guardians. So I think a lot of people just need to recognize that and be like, okay, let's criticize it for where it's bad, but let's praise it for where it's good.
Yeah.
You know, let's give it its dues. But
sure.
I just fucking, it really does my head in when people are like, oh, Halo Infinite sucks. It's like, yeah, it's not great. Yeah, it's got its problems, but it's the amount of better that it is than where we were with 5.
Yeah.
You know, this gives us hope. This gives us hope that maybe 343 can actually pull the ship here. You know, point us in the right direction. But yeah, let me tell you, if Guardians, it honestly wouldn't have surprised me if Guardians had killed Halo. Like, that's kind of where I was when I bought Guardians and we played it. And
so it would have just been sticking to the old games, hoping they didn't shut down the 3 server.
Honestly, we probably just would have played more Steve Collection.
Yeah, okay, fair point.
But when Guardians came out, we played it. We finished the campaign on the weekend because obviously we were at uni.
Yeah.
We played it multiplayer because 3 of us had Xboxes and we all loved Halo, so we bought it. We played it, and that was the one and only time I played the campaign because it was that bad.
Oh.
I stayed playing it a little bit. I stayed playing it a little bit longer than the other 2.
Yeah.
Which was for a month, and then we put it down, and then we were just kind of like, well, Halo's dead, isn't it? We're not going to see Halo again because this is absolutely terrible, and everyone's going to hate this, and that's going to be the end of it. They're going to say, well, Halo's no longer making money.
Yeah.
We did get another Halo.
Yeah.
It is a billion times better, and yeah.
So I'm not quite there, but
you know,
I'll get to see what it's actually like because I've only played 1 and part of 2 with you.
Yeah. Well, look, as I said, it's got a long way to go. But considering that Halo Infinite makes me go, Halo still has a pulse.
True.
Halo 5 Guardians was literally me and my friends who were all massive Halo players sitting there going, holy shit, we've just seen the obituary for Halo.
Yeah.
There's no coming back from this. Like, you can't come back from this. Well, they proved us wrong. They came back from it.
Yeah.
And they came back from it in a fucking amazing way.
Which is good.
But, you know, yeah, there's a lot of room for improvement. But of all the 343 games, so that's 4, 1, 5, and and Infinite. Infinite is the only one that I would say that's Halo.
Okay.
4, everyone, like, you know, people may have forgotten it now, but 4 doesn't even look like Halo. The Elites look rubbish, so does 5. 4 and 5 have very similar art styles.
Okay.
And it took Halo Infinite to bring it back to look actually like Halo.
Okay.
It looks like Halo. It plays like Halo. It has its issues, but yeah, look, trust me, they're rough. They are rough.
Fair.
Yeah. So, man, that's pretty much. That's more than enough on that topic.
Yes.
But yeah, I just I can't stand it when people are like, "Oh, Halo Infinite sucks." I'm like, just remember where we were when 5 came out. Halo Infinite is
heaps better.
It's not even that it's heaps better. It's just that Halo Infinite is a miracle that it even happened, because 5 could have definitely been the end of Halo.
True.
But you know, yeah.
Well.
In other news, you know, I've got new computer parts coming, so that's exciting.
Okay. I've seen one.
The fan is the big one.
Yeah.
Or the cooling system is the big one. But that's probably what I'm going to spend a lot of my time on over the coming days.
Yeah.
Except Sunday, because we have no power Sunday. I'm actually interested.
Oh, which is why you said that earlier. Okay.
Yeah, because you know how you had no power today on a weekday, which kind of makes sense, because if you're going to shut power down for people's houses for most of a day, do it on a day when statistically most people will be at work for that period.
I didn't even know how long it took me to notice the power was out, because I woke up after it got turned off.
Yeah.
And then I went upstairs.
Oh, I always notice when the power's off after I wake up.
Because this isn't on?
No. My TV is off and my fan is off.
Oh, fair point. Whereas I didn't have...
So I instantly know. I go, like, I'll actually wake up and be like, those fucking bastards have turned off the power because I'm hot.
Yes. Whereas I woke up thinking it was hot, but I didn't have my fan on last night either.
Fair enough.
So I've woken up, I've gone to do the normal morning ritual, come back downstairs.
Yep, that happens.
So looked at messages on my phone, still haven't even noticed the power's out. The first inkling for it should have been that my phone wasn't fully charged. That should have been the first thing, that it was like, yeah, okay.
Oh no, your phone should have been fully charged, because they should have turned it off in the morning. So your phone should have had like at least some of the night for charging.
Yeah, but I didn't put it on charge till like 4 or 5 in the morning.
What the fuck is wrong with your phone?
Oh, it probably got full charge and then went down a percent.
Okay.
It was at like 99, 98%. So
I was gonna say, what the fuck is wrong with your phone? My phone goes from like 1% to like 100% in like an hour.
Oh yeah, it only takes about an hour to charge, but it was like it had gone down a little bit, so I was like, that's odd, but I can't even remember what made me realise. Yeah. I think it might have been I went to go turn the TV on and it wasn't working. I'm like, wait, hang on, my PlayStation's not in rest mode. Why is that off?
Yeah.
And that's when I realised.
As I said, that's why I'm coming around to your place on Sunday to do some stuff, and then I'm going to go play cricket with Shane.
Fair.
But well, also because he kind of said I had to. But
wait, what?
About doing exercise when I don't have gym sessions. He's like, come play cricket. And I was like, oh, okay.
Fine, I'll go.
Like, what are you doing on Sunday? I'm like, well, this Sunday, nothing, because I have no power. He's like, excellent, come play cricket. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, okay.
So I'll go to your place, do some stuff, go play cricket with him, come home, and hopefully power will be up. But it's kind of a massive kick in the teeth, because Sunday is literally the only day I have completely off.
Yes.
And it's like, oh yeah, by the way, you don't have power. And it's like, cool. I often edit on a Sunday.
Well, see, that was my thing about today, because this is usually my... You've just worked for the last 5 days straight.
Yeah.
Have a day off, because you're going back to work tomorrow, and then it's just you wake up and no power. It's like,
yeah.
I hate this.
So, again, though,
as much as there was...
I have to say this, right? Wednesday makes sense to me.
It does.
It would fucking piss me off to no end. In fact, it has. Go back and watch one of the earlier podcasts where I literally complain about that thing that just happened. Because they literally had the power off for the entire day. And it's like, you guys... it's kind of like my whole thing is, you need to learn to do it better. if to do whatever you're doing requires you having large amounts of the population without power for most of the day, you need to learn to do what you're doing better. You need to come up with systems better.
Yep.
Because that's unacceptable.
Yeah.
Especially
really.
in the modern world. Get a better system.
I know they were doing work somewhere like the street over, I think.
Oh yeah, but
So it was something I can't remember, I don't know what they were doing, but like either way, I found out my power was back on because I was walking upstairs and my neighbour's like, apparently the power's back on. I'm like, okay, let's go
my
check.
point.
Yep,
My point
back
is if you're doing work on the poles, fucking set up temporary poles. Fucking, you can do that.
on. Oh yeah, no, they can.
Electricity
They
is
just don't.
crazy like that. All you gotta do is put a connector onto another a wire, and you can cut out a whole section.
Yeah.
It's almost like that's something that electricity does.
See, that's the thing is, yes, there would be a couple, at least one or two houses probably out,
Probably.
but you wouldn't have a whole section of the
No.
town out.
No, and you could, do you could actually be like, oh, we need to work on this pole, bridge around it. Now we can work on this pole. No one's power's being interrupted.
Yeah. It'd be a smart way to do it, but they don't.
Yeah, well, come on. They don't do a lot of things that would be smart. Because, again, and this is my biggest problem, they've never been forced to do it.
No.
We only come up with better ways to do things if we are forced to do things better.
That is true.
So, if you're not forced to do something better, or smarter, or in a different way, you'll continue to do it the old way that you've always done it.
Yeah.
And that, even if that way is ridiculous and outdated.
It's true.
But yeah, as I said, Wednesday, I would be annoyed, but it would be doable.
Oh, yeah.
Sunday. A Sunday is just completely and totally unacceptable. Because statistically, that is the day when everybody's at home. Oh, by the way, on this hot day that statistically everyone's at home, you're not going to have any power.
Yeah.
For the day.
Most of the population in their house.
Yeah. And I'm just like,
yeah.
who planned this? Who is so stupid that they planned this? Who is sitting there going, oh, you know what?
That with the amount that Ergon pays their people, I'm surprised they want them to even do something that can be done on a different day on a Sunday.
Oh, absolutely.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's completely and utterly ridiculous.
That doesn't make sense.
That's just my life as it is at the moment. I'm just like, but I'm just sitting there going, who the fuck planned this? Who was sitting there going, oh, it'd be a great idea. Let's have a planned power outage from 8:30 on a Sunday till 3:30 on a Sunday. It's like, that doesn't even make fucking sense.
It's a horrible idea.
Why would you just okay, you've got to shut the power down for 7 hours because you haven't come up with a better way of doing shit yet.
Okay.
Maybe get on that, but
please.
You've got to shut the power down for 7 hours. When is statistically the best time to do that? Oh, on a Sunday. Are you fucking sick? Do you have rocks in your head? Are you fucking...
Clearly they do. Because
it's insane.
It was their thought process like, oh, well, we gave them plenty of notice. Maybe they'll plan to do something. Fuck off.
It's just like, yeah, I was planning on doing something. It's my day off.
My day off. I was going to sleep in. It's now getting to a point of the year where it's getting hotter. Some of these days have been fucking... I think that's why I've been screwed for the last week.
The only benefit is that I can go... What I was going to do on Saturday, which was go to your place, set you up, and get everything working, and sit down and work out this playlist for the snow trip.
Yeah.
I'm just like, well, might as well do it on Sunday, because literally can't be at home doing stuff. I am interested to see
That's a good plan.
My solar
Caleb also wanted to do something.
On Saturday.
Yeah. So we won't actually be home for some of Saturday.
But
we'll be doing a barbecue on Saturday night, though.
I won't be there.
Fair
enough. But yeah, so I was just like, oh, fuck me. But yeah, so I'm like, oh, sweet. Like, oh, well, that gives me an excuse to just come home after I finish on Saturday and just be like, oh, I'm not doing anything. I'm fucking sitting down playing video games and doing nothing.
Yep.
Because literally, I have to do... I can't do that on Sunday, so I might as well do the stuff that I have to do
on Sunday.
Yep.
Where you could be out of the house, and if it's hot, in an air-conditioned room.
He doesn't really bother me.
I know.
Not at this time of year. It's like, oh, it's hot. It's the same like when they say, oh, it's cold. It's 2 degrees difference. It's 2 degrees. Yesterday it was cold and it was 18 degrees. Today is 20 and it's hot.
Oh no, I'm talking about what it's been recently. It's like, oh, yesterday it was 18, or like 20,
Doesn't mean that.
or the low 20s at the highest, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, we're 30 degrees today. We were 20 yesterday.
Hasn't really been that bad.
As much as the temper itself hasn't that bad, it screws me over because that's what sets off my asthma.
Fair enough.
So I'm
But other than that, so I bought some PC parts. So
yeah,
I was like, oh man, I gotta do that. But to do that, I have to buy some extra stuff. Because I have to do some cleaning in there.
Yes.
But hopefully some good results on that. I also bought a board game.
Yes, the one we were discussing last week.
Yeah, it's a fucking expensive one. I was like, oh, such a good deal. And then, literally on Friday I bought it. So, chalk that up for...
Wait, did we have the whole conversation on the podcast or was it after?
No, it was on the podcast.
Okay.
Yeah, it was on the podcast. So, yeah, literally the board game, though, I was like, oh, yeah, well, I bought it literally the day the podcast came out. I was literally just in there and just went, oh, no.
And as I expected, I got a message.
I seem to have bought it.
I seem to have bought it. And then I look at my phone and I'm like, I see, he bought it. No good.
Absolutely. I just listened and I was like, that's a pretty good deal, though.
It is.
I bought it.
It was a good deal.
It was a very good deal. I saved myself almost as much as I paid. Okay, and that's pretty good savings.
It is.
It's pretty good, but it's also terrible for my self-control.
Yes, it is. Look, I wasn't helping that either. I wasn't saying, no, don't do it. You can save the money. You use it on better things.
I could save the money.
I was just sitting here saying, it is a good deal.
It's a good deal.
It's a great deal.
No, so that's been...
Yeah.
That's on its way, so yay.
Woo. Which one was it again?
Eclipse.
Ah, yes.
I bought the multiplayer one because technically the Lord of the Rings one wasn't a good deal.
Okay.
It was just its normal price.
Yeah, true. Fair.
Which is a good price, but it's not a good deal. I'll wait for a good deal.
Yeah.
Also, I want to buy all of that game because it has 2 expansions. So that's like
so you want the good deal.
$300. So I was like, should probably wait till at least a part of that is a good deal.
Then buy it all.
No, I'll spend $300, $400 maybe. It depends if I get the mat, man. It depends if I get the mat.
Oh, but the mat.
I know.
Oh, the mat.
Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. Just don't.
As I said, I'm not here to help.
Just don't. You know I have no will. You know I have no willpower.
I'm aware. Neither do I.
Like in other news, Kris, this has been really fucking pissing me off recently.
Yeah.
Google and YouTube have just been like signing me out for no goddamn reason.
Really?
Yeah, and then like not even saving me. Yeah, normally it's like you thing and it's like, oh, here are all my accounts.
Yeah.
I click on that and it's like there are no accounts. And I'm just like, why the fuck?
What?
It's happened twice in the last day.
I haven't had any issues with it.
I know, I'm super pissed off about it. They just keep signing me out and I've got to sign back in and it's like, oh. And I'm just like, are you fucking having a laugh?
I think they are.
Are you fucking...
I'm fairly certain they are.
Because it's really annoying because the YouTube channel that we're currently hosting, right? Hey, hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll just disappear, and I'm like, fucking hell. And then I've got to sign in, and then it's like, what's the password? I'm like, this is the password. It's like, that's not the password. I'm like, are you absolutely having a laugh?
Oh, I hate that. Then again, it's like those situations
and then I'll go
where
in
you type the password in, you've accidentally hit something, so you type it in again.
I literally went,
so it's not
holy
even the
fuck, I can't remember the password because I haven't been signing into this since I fucking made it over a year ago.
Almost a year ago.
No, I made this channel over a year ago. We didn't start posting until September.
Oh,
I had it in August, and I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. I made the email, the YouTube, I did everything. So I hadn't signed in for over a year, and I'm like, I can't even remember what the password was. So I changed the password. I literally went in, and I changed it.
Yeah.
Then I went to sign into it, and it was like, that's not the password. I'm like, you're absolutely having a laugh. I know that's the password, because I just fucking made that the password. And it went,
Jesus. this.
No, it's not. And I went, I'm going to fucking stab you, Google.
Well, that's what happened with my MyGov account. And my Go Mastercard account.
I've not been having a good one with Google recently. Not a good one at all.
Yeah. No.
I'm not happy with it.
Yeah, I said I haven't had that issue. I've been fine.
You're lucky. Consider yourself.
I do consider. Well, I do in this case. I don't in some other cases.
It's the breathing.
No, well, not that.
No. Okay, it's the love department.
Well, no, I wasn't talking about that either.
Okay, it's the ugly face.
No.
Chris, you got a lot of losses on this shit, okay?
No, I was talking like what happened is initially when I got my credit card.
Oh, cool.
I made the password and everything for it, and then like 2 days later I went to go sign in to check the statement, just to see what it said on it, and then the password wouldn't work. So I made this account.
Yep.
Gave it the password. 2 days later I went to go sign in. Wouldn't let me sign in.
Yep.
Then it told me I had to wait 24 hours to be able to sign in again.
Oh, nice.
But instead of that, it just permanently locked me out of it.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I got a very similar story. Like, so, through my bank, I tried to apply for a credit card.
Yes.
And they were just like, no, you haven't been in your current job long enough to get one. And I was like, fair enough, whatever. What it is, it'd be what it be.
Yes.
But they were like to me, oh, so what's the password you set up? And I went, the only password I have attached to this account is this. And they went, that's not the password. And I went, it's the only password I have. And they went, no. When you were setting up when you were applying for the credit card, it would have asked you for a password. And I went, no, it didn't. And I went, no, it would have to. I went, no, I signed into my bank account with you guys because I'm a member of your bank.
Yes.
And then under where it says, would you like to open a new account, get a new credit card, do this, I clicked on get a credit card. And then I filled out all the information. It never asked me for a password. Oh no, it would have asked you for a password. I'm like, mate, I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but what I'm saying is I'm a member of your bank, so I just went through my members section.
Yeah. Yeah,
but it would have asked you for a password. No, it didn't, because I was already logged in as a member. Yes. It did not ask me to set up a new password. Oh, well, the password attached to this account isn't what you've said. I'm like, well, then it's obviously not been set up by me, has it? It's obviously a random password that it gave itself. Yes. Maybe you should fucking fix that. And this guy's just like giving me attitude. And I'm just like, are you absolutely having a laugh, mate? I don't think you're getting what I'm saying.
No.
I've been a member of this bank since I was a tiny child. I've never set up any other passwords for this bank. I have one.
Yeah.
I have changed it, so don't be like, oh, you've had the same password. No, I've changed it multiple times. But I only ever use one password, and that is to access my accounts.
Yes.
And then everything I do in my bank is done from there. And it's like, oh no, but you would have had it. And I'm like, no, I didn't. No, but you would have. I'm like, okay, mate, have you actually ever done the process? No. Then don't tell me what I would have had to do, because you obviously have no fucking idea.
It's pretty straightforward.
Stop telling me what is wrong and start helping me with my inquiry.
Yes, it's pretty straightforward.
I thought you were supposed to be customer service.
Yeah.
Not a fucking pain in the ass. Oh, let me just... And I'm just like, I fucking hate you.
Yeah.
Let me just talk to someone who's fucking useful.
Or they're edifying.
Dude, this guy fucking rubbed me the wrong way. I was just so pissed
off. I can
tell. Every single thing he said, I'm like, no. And no point did it ask me for that. No, it would have. I'm like...
But it didn't.
Wait, mate, I did this 2 days ago. If it had asked me for that, I'd fucking remember.
It's pretty straightforward.
Oh, no, but it would have had to ask you for this. Would it? Would it? Are you 100% sure on that? Man, I think you're having a laugh.
Yeah.
I think you're having a laugh. No, that's not the part. Fuck you. If I call and ever get you again, mate, I'm gonna fucking freak out.
Oh, yes. Did you never end up with the same person?
Just the one good thing.
Yes.
Ugh, it's the one saving grace for it all.
For customer service and hospitals. That's where it's the downside.
Yeah, well. It is what it is.
Oh, that's it. That is it.
But other than fucking YouTube and it's fucking, well, Google in general is just constant want to sign me out every time I close a tab. Fucking weird system.
Weird.
I know.
It doesn't make sense. Like, mine's just
No, but I also just know that Google is conniptiony enough to fucking just stop working randomly.
See, mine's always just been permanently signed in. And if it does sign out, it then immediately goes like, hey, do you want to sign in as this person? Which obviously being me.
Well,
yes, I do. And then it just signs me in. I don't have to do anything.
The most annoying thing though is like I sign in and it's like, oh, we gotta check. We're gonna send a two-step authentication code to your phone. So then I have to get my phone and be like, yes, that's me. And they go, okay, remember me on this device. So I don't have to do this every time I sign in this device. And guess what? It forgets you on this device.
I don't know what's happening there.
Just Google's being a fuckwit.
Sounds like it.
I'm just sitting there going, this is the first time I've ever had this issue. And as someone who's like constantly signed in on like 4 devices, I'm just like,
yes.
What the fuck is going on? Why is it just over the past 2 days that you've just been like, nah, fuck you, man?
Yeah. Whereas I'm constantly signed in on 4 devices.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like,
yeah.
If this was an issue, I'd expect it to have come up a long time ago.
I think so.
It's just crazy, man. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
Just crazy. Just absolutely insane. Yeah.
Yes.
Other than that, I've just been, doing what I usually do, watching YouTube. Watching a lot of funny YouTube.
It's pretty much what I've been doing. Mine hasn't been overly funny, but it's just been YouTube.
I've been watching that fucking
In Between Dying.
I've been watching that deepfake Star Wars. That's fucking brilliant.
Oh, it is great stuff.
Look, the deepfakes may not always be on point, but it's very funny.
It is.
I can't even remember the dude whose channel it is, but like if you type in like not Obi-Wan Kenobi reacting to things, it's pretty good. Like it's so good. It's Charlie something.
It's Charlie Hopkinson.
That's
No, it's Hopkinson. Charlie Hopkinson.
Whoever he is, look him up. He's hilarious.
It's great.
And his Obi-Wan deepfake is pretty damn good. That the first time I saw it, I didn't actually realize it was a deepfake. I just kind of looked at it and went, wait, is that actually Ewan McGregor? What?
No, it wasn't. He does some good stuff.
And then I was watching it and I went, no, that's definitely not Ewan McGregor. But then I was just like, oh, this is brilliant.
Oh, it is.
It was brilliant. But like when I clicked on the video for the first time, because it was like, what was it? It was like Qui-Gon Jinn reacting to Maul surviving or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And I clicked on it and it showed me the deepfake Ewan McGregor sitting there. I just went, wait, I went, no. No. And I went, no, because he's too young. And then I went, oh, obviously it's a deep fake.
Yep.
Like, the second you see Qui-Gon, you go, oh, it's a deep fake.
It also says it in the top corner.
It does, but
yeah.
I also don't actually watch those videos.
Top corner. Yeah, well, yeah.
I've been playing Baldur's Gate 3, which is actually a very good game. You should play Baldur's Gate 3. If I can just do it. It's got none of the problems other AAA games have. And I've been playing a lot of it. Like, a lot of it. Like, I'll be sitting there and be like, I've only got an hour before I have to be somewhere. That's enough time to do some inventory management. Yes, this game is so good I fucking go, yeah, I'll get on and do some inventory management.
Yes.
So,
I've
been playing a lot of that. I've been playing a lot of that.
Yes.
And just watching deepfakes.
Yep. Which
is hilarious. It's one of seriously, check it out. Like it has some on point things. Like every time someone mentions junglings, Anakin's like, where? Yeah, no, that's absolutely it's phenomenal, guys. Check it out. But other than that, guys, I think that just about does us. We've been almost going for 2 hours. 2 hours.
Ooh, yeah.
And I'm out of drink, and my throat hurts.
You just go have a drink. The nose empty.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
So, as always, guys, thank you for joining us. If you liked the video, please consider liking, sharing, commenting, or even subscribing. We really do appreciate it.
Yes.
And, well, until next time, I've been Darcy, he's been Kris.
Yep.
we'll catch you later.
So,
He's ugly.
hey.
Got him.
You're ugly.
Wow.
That solves that one.
I played trivia tonight.
Very nice. Did you win?
Came fourth.
So, no, then.
Or first in reverse.
So last. Okay. There you go.
Oh, I know what Darcy's gonna be.
What?
Fucking glorious fucking thighs.
Glorious thighs.
You know my thighs are glorious. Fucking beautiful.
Jesus.
They're fucking wonderful, Kris, and you know it.
No comment.
They once said to me, "But the man with the glorious thighs, please come to the service desk." And I went there and they said, "Your car lights are on."
Oh, that's pretty funny.
But they just had to check, you know. You're the guy.
You are the guy. Lights. Oh,
What was the license plate on the car? I don't know, but the guy got out of it had glorious thighs. I'm right.
oh yeah, fair
I
enough.
had to elbow my way through the other men. And I was like,
they thought they were them. Yeah.
I don't think so, champ. And then I got there and they were just like, your lights are on.
Jesus.